Hello everybody, I think we are live. Just finish up a few things here and then I'll have to get a tripod so we can take a walk. Welcome to Sapsucker Woods. Oh, what did I just see? Oh, let me just verify that we are live. I think we are. Yes, we are. Okay, good. It is breezy. It is sunny. These could be, pretty tough conditions, but we're going to make the most of it, as we always do, and we'll see what we can see. On my way in, I did see a turkey vulture in the air. I heard a bird that I've heard before, and quite honestly, I don't know what it is. I've forgotten. I mean, it's a familiar sound, but I don't know what it is. And I heard one either this morning or yesterday, somewhere, closer to home. Anyway, was it closer to home? I don't remember. But I also heard or saw, well, I can't remember. There was another species of bird I saw. Anyway, okay. Let me gather up a tripod and see if we can take a nice walk. I don't know. We'll give it a try. The sun may be tough as we look out on the pond from this side, but we'll see. Okay? Or actually, maybe we won't see. You know what I mean. Like I said, I would say it's even, more than breezy. It's a little windy, but it's been that way all day, and nothing I can really do about it. Not really. Well, kind of. But this may be a short walk, depending on what we see here today. I mean, we've been to, Wildlife Drive was disappointing. We didn't see much at all, but, that could be at least partially a function of the time of year, not just the weather. I don't think the weather's bad. It's just, this is the time of year you don't hear a lot of birds singing. Some, but not many. How did that get knotted up like that? How did that happen? I'll deal with it. Okay. Have to deal with it later. Because if I disconnect it, well, I could. Then I'll lose you maybe. And I don't want that to happen. Okay. As I said, welcome to Sapsucker Woods. See my screen because of the glare right now.
Yes, used a lens cap, did you?
No, I hope not.
I saw a Canon lens cap on a stump.
Oh no, it wasn't me, but thank you. Appreciate it. Very nice of him. I just got here, so I didn't lose any lens caps. Okay, I think we're ready to walk. the most part. You know, I mean, if you're just here for a pretty day, it is a pretty day. Breezy, of course, windy. But I mean, it's sunny and beautiful, and you know, as I don't know if you heard, quite honestly, I don't know if you can hear me over the wind, but you know, we were expecting you know, a lot more rain. Here's a puddle on the ground, and you know, there are puddles here and there. I actually did have a little bit of rain on the way back, just some sprinkles. No big deal at all. In one or two stretches. But that's it. I mean, here it's sunny and blue skies. I believe that's a grackle, but I'm not positive. Common grackle. Definitely a getting to be a different time of year. I mean, it is late summer, and you know, more and more, you know, there's less attention to, you know, the young and everything. I mean, many of those young are on their own now, and you know, now it's time. If you're going to migrate out of here, it's time to get ready for that, or to start just getting ready for winter. Fatten up as best you can. You're not worried about mating or any of that other stuff. I'm not sure if I just heard I'm not sure what I heard. Okay, let me stop right here so we don't get in the glare. I do see a Canada goose, at least one. And I just heard a cedar waxwing. At least I thought I did. I'm going to look with binoculars while you're looking there. I thought I saw something move behind it, but I'm not sure what it was, and I can't see it any better with binoculars. Oh, I see it. I do see a duck out there. Looks like a wood duck. Good to see, and it looks like a turtle to our right, or a couple turtles. All right, while you're looking there, I'm going to continue to look around. Back at that, it's not that Canada goose. Okay, forget it. Never mind. That may be another Canada goose behind it, and I believe that's what it is. hear something behind me. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. Hold on. Oh, I hear a blue jay behind me. You know, it's tough to hear over the wind. Get a little closer. Let me look around with binoculars. I see some birds in the distance. I'm not sure what they are. I can guess, but I'm not going to. Maybe cedar waxwings? I guess I did guess, didn't I? I'm not sure. They look like, I don't know. Maybe not. No, you know, I don't know. Maybe if I look later on, oh, you know, they might be flycatchers of some sort. Okay, we're gonna get going just because this wind and the sun is combined are not making things easy. I just want to check to see if maybe by any chance there's anybody right nearby. Just look with binoculars. Nice. All right, let's hit the trails. You know, there's a woman sitting there on the ground. I saw her last week, and she's facing some way. I wonder if she sees something, or I don't know. I mean, she's facing at a sharp angle, not out to the pond at all. And I didn't want to intrude, but it's been my experience here that, you know, on a day like today, I mean, it's otherwise nice weather, but windy. Very often, it just seems like, you know, the birds, for one, don't necessarily sing as much or vocalize as much. And then, you know, second, I think I just heard a blue jay. Second is the fact that the wind, you know, makes it harder to hear them anyway. I will say this, it may be causing a problem for you to hear, but it feels comfortable. You know, when walking at Knox Marcellus, for instance, I mean, it was warm. I believe it has rained, you know, here and there over the last few days. We saw a puddle in the parking lot, and there's some rain water here, standing water, moving water, but this is all expectedly dried up, and now you just have grasses growing. We'll stand here for a minute. Did I see something? You know, even though it's not autumn quite yet, as I've been driving today, I mean, I've seen a fair number of leaves in the road. Yellow leaves and green leaves, not like red leaves and orange leaves, but so the wind is pushing some things around a bit. Hello. Let's keep going. Might as well. So I'm not. So far, we really haven't seen much here, but well, that's the way it is. I did, you know, myself look in on the feeding garden, but as usual, it's vegetation is grown in such a way that I can't see in there very well. Looks like it rained not that long ago, because there's a puddle here on the deck, and I would imagine it doesn't, you know, puddles don't last too long here on the deck itself, or on the boardwalk, I should say. And I don't know if you can tell, but this, it's not muddy, but it's definitely, the trail is definitely damp. I was glad that we were able to do the bird watching we've done so far. You know, going into that restricted area is, you know, not something we normally get to do, obviously. So that was kind of special. Hello. And you know, I'm glad I took a look. You know, we didn't try to look extensively, I have to admit, but from East Road, you know, the views really weren't very good. I mean, with that bright sunshine and everything, that was, I think if we had driven there at the time I was leaving, it would have been like, well, we really can't see much today. And you know, sometimes I can say that, even though I know there is, you know, there are birds to see. It's just the fact that, you know, I can't see them, and there's nothing I can do about it, you know, given whatever conditions are at work. I'll walk just a few steps this way. You know, am I expecting to see anything? No. Am I hoping? Yes. This kind of wind makes it so that hearing, you know, a distant bird that's singing or calling, you know, can be pretty difficult. as I said earlier, at least in my area, you know, the robins, well, they could be in wooded areas, but I'm not seeing them out on lawns or anything like that anymore. And you know, I get the feeling that you know, there are, well, we've seen robins that are here in the winter. Now, as I've mentioned before, I don't know if they're robins that choose to stay here, or if they're robins that had migrated in from farther north. That I don't know. But you know, I don't see too many robins in my greater area, let's say. Although there are some areas where I've seen them over the last, you know, several years in winter. But you know, we're probably not going to see as many robins here even today as we have in prior weeks. Hello. I'm not saying they all left at once, but I'm guessing there will be, and there may be some here. Like I said, some winter here. But you know, if we don't see any robins, it wouldn't surprise me. And the same thing. The same thing for wood thrushes and veeries. You know, I don't expect to hear them. Now, I will say this: in prior years, I remember the first time I ever saw a Swainson's thrush. It was here. Well, not right here. It was actually from the Podell Boardwalk, or right in that area. And I guess some of those thrushes, and I'm not sure about Swainson's, but they'll migrate through. And you know, we may see some birds in the near future that are migrating through that we wouldn't see otherwise. I remember it was years ago, I had heard that there were gray-cheeked thrushes, and I never did see one. I looked, but I never saw one, and I think the photograph I took was of a Swainson's. And I don't remember the exact time of year, but I believe it may have been September. Just heard a chipmunk. I'm not even seeing a lot of chipmunks and squirrels, not yet anyway. Oops. Now they may, you know, may see them as we go, and some of that may be because of the wind noise. I'm not noticing them on the fourth floor, you know, making noise. Sorry, I'm trying to rearrange some wires so they stop hitting the tripod. And hopefully stop making noise. I'm not sure if I just heard something or not. I think I just saw a mosquito, maybe. Alright, I'm not going to hold those wires anymore. I'm just going to walk. there are some people, I didn't show them to you, but there are some people back there in that, I don't know what you want to call it. They were when we passed by, and they were seated, and I'm not sure if I'm hearing them. Very quiet here. I have a feeling we're not going to be here that much longer, and I'm hoping to head to the campus. And like I said earlier today, I might end a little early. I hear Canada geese. Okay. Sounds like maybe a fair number of them. Or at least, well, I don't know. And I don't know if they're coming in for a landing or if they're just flying over. Good to hear them. We're still in late summer, so, you know, it's not like we're seeing huge numbers of them at Montezuma just yet, or... But, hello. Oh. That's okay. Hello anyway. They may still be circling, or else they've landed and they're just still talking, the geese. You know, I spoke earlier today of how, you know, it may seem that time has flown right by and we're, you know, summer's over, although it isn't, and, you know, things just went by so quickly, but, you know, we have seen, I think, well, at least I feel, we've seen some nice things over the summer, even just here. I mean, I think of the wood thrush nest and the ovenbird, and, you know, things like that. Now, some of those things, like the ovenbird, I saw on my own. I came here one evening and recorded that. Alright, let me just walk what's that? If I had to guess, there's a turtle underneath moving around. That's my guess. I don't know. Alright, let me just lock you right there, and let me look around just a bit with binoculars. I'm not seeing anything. We're getting, you know, I would say some reduction in the lily pads just because some are dying, and like right here, I mean, you can see those are dying. Drying out anyway. I don't know if they're dying, but drying out. I'm not sure if I'm hearing cedar waxwings. Maybe? Maybe not. Well, I think that's a cricket I'm hearing. It sounds like it. Okay, never mind. Let's move along. There's really not much going on here bird-wise. And I believe I just heard an American goldfinch, by the way. Today they haven't been all that vocal. In prior weeks they had been. I don't know if that's because of the wind or if that's in part just because now it's, that much later in the year. They've done a lot of work here to put mulch down, but there's still some areas where the roots are either at the surface or just below it. So, if you happen to come here, this mulch is relatively new, but those are roots right there that have been uncovered. So my point is, you still have to be careful. I just heard a peewee, eastern wood peewee. Yeah, like here, well, I won't show them to you, but there's a number of roots there popping up. Looks like a bird nest that I don't believe was there before, but maybe fell from up above. That's my guess, but either that or it's, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. May not be. Okay, those birds that I may have been showing you from the other side of the pond, I'm not sure if they're the same birds, but I see the same sort of activity. I don't know if this is the same, hold on. Oh, I think I just disturbed somebody, I don't know. They do look like cedar waxwings. Okay. Number of them. Got some noisy people. Don't know why they're that noisy, but they are. And I just heard the peewee again. And I'm going to look around a bit. Oh, I see a green heron. Those people are not being fair. I see just saw a green heron somewhere. Where did I see it? It wasn't at water level. Hold on, I've got to look with binoculars. Oh, I see it now. It was there. I think we can see it. It's partially behind. Nope, there it is. There it is. Hi. Oh, and a blue right there. Great blue heron and a green heron. You can see, this is perfect because you can see the size difference. The great blue heron is much larger than the green heron. The green heron is roughly the size of a crow. The great blue heron is exactly the size of a great blue heron. It's rare that we happen to have, you know, both blue and great blue and green together in one shot. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but we don't get to see that often. Now I'm going to look around while you're looking at the herons. There's really a fair amount of activity by the cedar waxwings. They're flying around quite a bit. And I just heard a belted kingfisher. I see it. I'm tempted to look. Well, I wouldn't get a great look at it, but this is kind of nice to see. Although the great blue is behind the tree trunk, and something is vocalizing nearby. I don't know what that could be. That could be a catbird, actually, but. I see, hold on. I don't see it now. As for the belted kingfisher, well, I'm looking at it with binoculars now. We've got a couple branches in the way that would prevent us from getting a good view anyway. Looking back at the herons, I see they're still where they were. Waxwing just flew by. And like I said, there are a number of waxwings flying around and all over the place. They're beautiful birds. Wouldn't mind a good look at one, but I don't know if there are too many, you know, places right here nearby where we would get a sharp look that I'm looking for. I'm going to switch to manual focus, see if that can help. Only so much I can do given the distance. Just heard a black-capped chickadee. There goes the green heron. Oh yeah, there's another great blue heron in the air. Thank you.
88. Let's see, it's higher than the wind.
Kind of wish I weren't on manual focus right now. No problem. There's another great blue heron at water level, and a green heron there as well. Mm-hmm.
We're just looking at the birds.
Let me, if you want.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, if you want. Oh, okay, here. Let me show you. You can look at my camera screen. I can only get so close, but the green heron is right here on screen right now. If you want to look.
Okay.
Do you want? If I know maybe you're worried about COVID, but
Cool.
right there.
Yeah.
So here, take a look.
Do you see it, Ems? If you look on
It's
the
tough to
screen.
see even from there.
If you look up there, it's like right above that down log.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
We gotta go.
Good luck.
Okay.
And the other great blue that was flying around, I don't know where it is. I don't see it. So we still have this great blue here, and that green there. This tripod is light, but it doesn't lock on very well. So, while you're doing that, I'm going to look around. Again, I don't know where that great blue heron that was flying around ended up. It may be nearby, I don't know, but it probably landed in a tree. I'm hearing crows, by the way. Okay, we're going to look elsewhere anyway. Maybe looking at, wouldn't hurt to look at some of the cedar waxwings in the air if I can do that. You know what, hold on. Make this easier for me. Aren't any in the air right now. They often will fly to the air, maybe get a bug out of the air, and then fly back to wherever they had been perched or to another perch. I hear the kingfisher. Okay, hold on. I've got to go with manual focus, I think, again. Oh well, that was quick. Judging by the brown we're seeing on this one, it's a female. I've mentioned it before, but maybe someone's new. With belted kingfishers, the females are actually a little more colorful. So while you're looking there, I want to look back at that other place where I had seen a belted kingfisher before. There's no one there now, so I mean, I don't know if it's the same one or not. It might be. Okay, let's go back to auto. We won't watch them very long. We're going to move along pretty soon. They're kind of hard to stay with, especially with this camera. I'm blaming the camera. I don't know if I'd do any better with the other setup, but I don't know. Okay, I think we're gonna check up on the great blue and the green again. And if they're not doing anything special, we're gonna move along. Great blue is right there. Is the green still there? I don't know. I don't see it at the moment. Given its size and everything, it blends in quite well with the lily pads. I don't know if it's still there. We're going to move along anyway. This was, you know, I don't know if I expected to see much, but we saw some nice things here, so hey, I'll take it. One more look around. I just want to look with binoculars a bit. I'm going to leave things right here. Just to see if I can, if that other great blue is anywhere around, you know. I do like all this cedar waxwing activity. I may have just heard a catbird. Yes, I did hear a catbird. I can't estimate how many cedar waxwings there are, but there are quite a few. Okay, but let's get going. Let me rig for travel here. Let's go. That's what I love about this setup. It's so light. You know, it doesn't have quite the range of you know, the other camera scope setup, but it's so easy to just move around here. It has compromises, but it definitely has some benefits. I'm hearing a peewee, eastern wood peewee. I just want to stop here for a minute. Just looking at, there's this, you can see it, there's some water there. I'm looking on the far side where the, I guess they're cattails. You know, and I've read it before, I think, but in producing that video from last week with the rails, including the Sora, I learned something that is a surprise, and that is, you know, it says you wouldn't, and this is from Cornell's All About Birds website, saying that, you know, you wouldn't think it, but the Sora is the most common of the rails. I mean, given how you know, thought I almost sounded like the call of a green heron. But I mean, you wouldn't think it, given how, you know, they're seen a lot less often. But I guess they're more common, maybe at least across North America. We definitely saw one last week. Dave believes we saw two because there was a chase, and I didn't get that chase on camera. Well, I should take it back. I got a tiny bit of it on camera, and you know, he and I were talking about it today, and you know, he mentioned, you know, maybe stop it and slow it down. Well, actually, when looking at the video footage, I did stop it and slow it down, and froze it actually. And I just, you know, I never had a good enough look so that I could determine, yes, in fact, there were two Sora, two birds there of the same species. So I just don't know. Well, I should say, I mean, I believe him, and in fact, I kind of saw that myself, but in terms of what I recorded, no, I can't confirm that. But you know, one species will sometimes chase after another, and that's possible that it was a Sora being chased by a Virginia rail, or else it was the other way around. But sorry, hold on. But in terms of what I actually recorded, I mean, I looked and looked. I couldn't make a real determination. And it wasn't just like, oh, you know, I didn't notice. I mean, I made a special effort to look. Okay, so we're hearing Canada geese. Who are over here. Good to see. And while you're looking there, I'll look around. You can see, I mean, this area of the pond often has fewer lily pads. Maybe it's deeper and it discourages their growth. But I mean, you can even see, well, actually there's some not far, right here. But you can see a lot of them now. They're starting to brown up quite a bit. And it won't be long before the, you know, well, it'll be several weeks, but before they're all cleared away and no longer on the pond, and we'll have that beautiful smooth water again. But other than the Canada geese, and there are, I'd say 6 of them there, I'm not seeing anything else. So let's, and well, those and the cedar waxwings. So let's keep going. It almost sounds like some geese are calling from a different area. Oh, well, some of the geese are swimming away, so maybe they're all swimming away. Okay. Behind the island and out of view. Temperature-wise, I'd say it's comfortable. Between, right now I'm in shade, and it's already been cooling down anyway. It's probably, if I had to guess, it might be below 80 by now. And also, the breeze doesn't hurt, so it's comfortable right now. Let's watch the geese just a little bit. More than I thought. So about 7, I said, I think. And anybody else hiding? Not that I see. Okay. Just amazing how red those are. See them every year here. This time of year, late in the summer. Like many of you may feel, it's always been, summer ends when the school season begins. Hold on. I think I might be hearing a robin. Maybe. Maybe not. So anyway, it feels like, once school is back in session, the summer's over, but then you realize, oh, no, we still have some warm weather left. I mean, oh, I saw something. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Come back. I don't know what it was. And I don't know where it went. I only saw some movement. I did not see I thought it would come into view and it then flew on. We're going to wait here a minute or two, just in case. And it may have been something we see all the time, I don't know. All right. Okay. Let's go. Just heard an American goldfinch. Hold on a second here. Okay. Oops, sorry. I keep kicking the tripod leg, and that pushes everything up in a hurry. Interesting how the lily pads here in general look a lot fresher than the ones on the main pond. I mean, there's some yellowing certainly. Oh, I did see some, that's what I saw on the way in. I did see some starlings. They're on the power lines. Just looking around right now. I don't see nothing. Alright, we're gonna get moving. I don't see nothing. I don't think I hear anything either. Alright, let's walk. Hold on, what time is it? It's about 25 minutes to 7. You know, doing the live stream from those restricted areas, that's, again, and you know, if you missed it, it's all because you know, the refuge does not want to have what it normally does and allow for people to go down there in groups, possibly share scopes and things like that, and you know, be together and everything while they're looking for shorebirds. So it was Dave's idea to do this sort of thing and maybe do it virtually, and maybe that could be a benefit for some people. I don't know if it's been a benefit or if it will be a benefit, but it's not the same as being there, of course. It's definitely different. But I'm hoping that it might make a difference for a few people, or who knows. I could think of one potential benefit if, and I don't think anyone did, but if any of the people who were, for instance, in the East Road viewing area, if they had been watching my stream, now it would be hard to figure out, like if I'm looking at something down there, it might be difficult to determine, okay, maybe we should look in the same spot. I mean, that would be very, very difficult to coordinate that. But at least they could know if they heard, oh, we saw a red knot Oh, maybe we should look for a red knot, or, you know. So you never know. I'm trying to decide if we should, you know, we'll make a quick trip back to the water. And then I want to get to the campus. See some of these trees, but of course I think here in the parking lot they often start to turn early. Got that rattling. I just saw a red-winged blackbird. Hold on. Oh, maybe. Do I see it? There it is. I'm hearing a blue jay. Hold on a second. Really do love this place, you know. I believe I just heard a mourning dove in flight. See? Told you can't see in here. Hold on a second. We see a mourning dove there. I think, is that a grackle, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what that was in front of it. Well, anyway, it's tough to see in there because of the wood here. But let's walk back to the water and then let's get to the car. And onto the campus, I think. Before we get too far, let's stop right here because that sun is right in my eyes. I don't know where the geese are. It sounds almost like they're on the shore in front of the lab itself. Let me see if I can look around. Well, we still have some geese that were, I don't know if they're the same ones, if they've never moved, but there's still some geese right here where we started, or when we started. And I'm going to walk over here. Okay, so okay, they were over there, and I think we're about to head to the car. Yeah, I think we'll head to the car. It's been a nice walk here, believe it or not. At least I think so. Wait, what was that? I just heard. I thought I heard something. Oops. Come on, tripod lock. Got some leaves in my way. What did I hear? Did I hear something? Okay. Anyway, we're, I think, going to head to the car. Like I said, I think it's been a nice walk here. That's kind of pretty in a way. Cedar waxwings flying all over the place out there. Let me see if I can just give you a sense of what's going on. I mean, you see all their flights. That's what I mean, what I meant when I said there are quite a few of them and there's a lot of activity. Nice to see. Alright, let's head to the car and onto the campus. Hello. I'll need a few moments to rig for driving. Shouldn't take too long though. And, you know, we may not be looking around on the campus until dark. Like I said, I may want to end a little early. You don't often get to see much of Sapsucker Woods Road, and that's part of it. We've walked that actually, you know, a number of times. We haven't been on the other side of Sapsucker Woods Road on the trails on that side in quite a while. Only so much time. All of a sudden it's kind of, hold on, oops. The wind has picked up in a way that makes me think maybe a little less friendly. There are some dark clouds up above, but not everywhere. And those clouds are moving quite quickly. Anyway, let's get to the campus if we can, and we'll see what we can see. As I I'm not sure what I'm hearing. It might be it might be a cardinal. I'm not sure. Birds flying overhead. Hold on. But I'm not sure. Maybe not. Anyway, let me get you in the car. Oh, sorry. Come on. There we go. Whatever. Okay. No idea where our hawks might be. But we're going to give it our best shot. Almost ready, almost ready. Another thing or two to do, and then we can be underway. This a little bit so you can see a little better. I should do something to elevate that just a little bit, but I just haven't gotten around to it. One of these days. Sometimes I wish there were more hours in the day. There's always stuff to do. Even the other day, when editing video footage, I mean, it just takes time sometimes. Some video editing tasks are quick and easy. It's like, okay, I want to just use the whole thing, maybe highlight one little thing, Who is that? Hold on. The video I recorded today at Knox Marcellus, and I'd like to go through it. I kind of dread the task of doing so because there's a lot of footage there that I recorded, and it's tough to decide. Sometimes it's tough to decide what you want to whittle out. I'm not saying it was all good, and I can't have a hard time choosing between good and great. I'm not saying that at all. But there's a lot to just simply go through to see what is worthwhile and what is not worthwhile. Seen very many red-tailed hawks today. I've seen a few, but not many. I barely saw one of my neighboring hawks this morning. Kept looking and looking and looking, and eventually I saw in the distance on a utility pole of some sort a shape that didn't make sense. By then I had already put away my scope because I was packing to come here. But I could tell it was something different. I knew we wouldn't make this light. I knew it. You knew it too. Any year now. Montezuma. I'm not sure about Ithaca, but the weather forecast was like, there was wind forecast, okay, and that we've seen. But, they were talking about, I think, 3/4 of an inch of rain or something like that. At least half, maybe half to 3/4, or maybe that's what I read. And I just haven't seen it. And when we were done up there at Knox Marcellus, we walked back up to where we had parked, and then when there was someone there, I think kind of waiting to see Dave, because she was there partially to I guess they had spoken on the phone. She was hoping to see the red knot, and he was telling her how, he sent me that email late last night with the forecast, and I basically responded with I'm going anyway, and we'll often the forecast has been wrong. I've many times seen a bad forecast only to be surprised the next day, and I'm going, and we'll see what we can get. If it's raining, okay, maybe we won't do anything, but I'm still gonna go. And so I got there this morning, a little later than last week, and by the time I arrived, there were a few sprinkles falling, and there were some clouds, but it wasn't really bad, and there were in the distance there were some blue skies, and we waited for some sprinkles to end, and before it ended, it became a little bit heavier. Heavy sprinkles. It looked like it was going to do something, and then it's like, okay, it stopped, and that was it. Didn't have any more. And we've seen that. I've seen forecasts for awful weather for Sapsucker, and get there, and it's like, what were they thinking? How could it be so far off? It's easy to find fault, hard to do better. I don't know. I'm not saying I could do a better job of predicting, but we just didn't get the rain, at least not to this point, that they were expecting. So in terms of seeing the shorebirds, we pretty much lucked out. Start to see how large these buildings they're building are. I hope they end up looking nice and actually enhance the campus. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Just as I'm driving around, you're seeing, or at least I'm seeing, I don't know if you're seeing, young people walking around. I'd say it seems like more people than I had seen, prior weeks. I don't know when classes actually begin. They may have already begun, for all I know. as I mentioned, and I haven't heard anything, since. But I had heard that, they were doing a mix here of, virtual attendance, and, some classes would have, either virtual or real attendance. What I don't know is, are there, and maybe this is the case, are there many students that have all virtual and they have no actual need to be here on the campus? That I don't know. I don't see anybody up there. Not that I necessarily expected to, but I was hoping. Now, it's been my experience over the last few years to sometimes see robins here on the campus, even in winter. And that's fine. I don't know if they're all, that much worried about hawks when they're here in, these months. Or at least not as much. So, can't necessarily count on them for alerts. It's always a pleasure when they're back in the spring and they're helping us to find our hawks. Thanks. Heard a cardinal. Just a chicken. I see a sign that says move in testing, so maybe they're still moving in and students are being tested for COVID or whatever. Let me just look at the lighting towers here. I don't see anybody. Okay. American goldfish. It's 76 degrees according to the thermometer, by the way. We may not see anybody, I'm not sure. I know we've only been looking for a few minutes, but it'd be nice to see something. Just heard a catbird. Terrible turn. I see somebody, at least I think I do. I'm going to stop right here. Don't know who that is. Sorry. Is that a band I see on the right leg? We're looking through the windshield, by the way. This might help. It looks like it might be Big Red. Tough to tell. Kind of looks a little different. Maybe there's a molting issue, and also the wind is not helping. Let's see if we can maybe get a better look. Not from here. You know, where we're going to look from may not give us a good look. I don't know. That is some wind. Won't be a great view, but we're going to give it a try. And it's going to be backlit too, so lighting is going to be a challenge. At least I think so. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. There you go. Better than I thought it would be. Much better. Eyebrows very prominent. But there is a band. It does look like Big Red in many ways, but that eyebrow makes me wonder. Stay away from the road, you. Oh, she went to the ground. I can't see her now. We're going to wait here just in case she gets back up in view somewhere, but I don't see her. And I think the ground drops down, so I can't see the ground even where she is. Even I would have to move the car forward, which would be okay, but I don't believe that helps. No, it doesn't. I haven't seen her pop back up yet. Oh, there she is. Where is she? Come on. All right, let me back up just a little bit. Maybe not a very large meal, but a meal nonetheless. We're looking through a fence, so that's why one of the reasons why we're not getting the very clearest view, but it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. Put that truck there in the way. Alright, I don't know where she is now. Alright, we're going to switch cameras, I think, and continue the search. You know what, let me circle around here in this lot first before we move on, just in case we have a view. I don't know where she went exactly, but there's a chance she didn't go very far. Alright, let me just stop here and look for a second. I don't see her right now. I see a groundhog. Alright, let's move on. Somehow I can guess where she is. Just guess. But let me look in other spots anyway on the way. Cardinal. Okay, I don't see anybody. Sun is coming out again. Thought I heard something, maybe not. Not that I expected anyone there, but no one on Bradfield. Just saw a mourning dove. Sorry, mourning dove. Startled it. Incidentally, I have not seen a single robin here. Not today. So I'd say, for the most part, we are on our own. Go back this way just in case. Working on that building to our left for years. Martha Van Rensselaer Hall. I've never been inside it before well, was it? No, I don't think I've ever been inside it before or after renovations. I don't know if it's even partially open or I have no idea. I'm guessing probably not open at all. also guessing by the looks of things, they're getting there in terms of completion. At least out here, they're doing a lot of the outside work in terms of like curbs and sidewalks and things like that. Where are you, Arthur? Where are you, Big Red? Of course, we've seen, I believe it was Big Red, but wouldn't mind seeing her again. And certainly would like to see Arthur. And if we happen to see a juvenile, I wouldn't mind that either. Although it's my understanding they've been kind of scarce. We're going to look a little bit more, but if we don't see anybody, I'm going to close up shop. Head home. It's been a nice day, though, I think. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have, too. I realize that, you know, walking along, you know, the marsh down there sometimes makes for unexciting viewing. I mean, that's the nature of bird watching. Sometimes you don't get the best views, and sometimes there's just a lot of time you have to put in between, you know, bird sightings. But it was nice to see those, you know, the various shorebirds that we saw, and, you know, pick up some nice tips from Dave in terms of how to, you know, identify some of them. So, you know, will all of those stick in my head? All those tips? I don't know, but hoping that a few of them will. So many details. Heard a cedar waxman. You know what? Actually, we'll see. I see somebody. It may be Big Red. At least I think I see somebody. Hold on one second. It does look like Big Red. Okay. Let's see if we can back in here so we're not right on the road. See if we can see her from here. Now, she's not close. She's right here. But we'll try to get a closer look at her. Oops. Where'd she go? Oh, I see her. Here she comes. And she is up here. I don't think she caught anything that time. Well, we're going to switch cameras. Come on, wire. Hold on, I'm going to turn off the other camera. We'll switch again. I'm thinking she's leaving. maybe not. We could continue the search and go look for Arthur, but kind of don't mind staying with her. Hi, baby. I'm trying to see where she is. I can't see her. I don't know where she went. Hold on. I see her in the air, I believe. And now I don't see her. Ooh. I won't be able to get it because of the buildings in the way, but it looks better. It looks better to my own eyes. Alright, let's continue the search for a couple more minutes. Let me switch cameras. So I couldn't tell where she flew to. She had flown on. It was a, somewhat extended flight. I'm not saying she went back to the nest area, but it seemed to be in that general direction. Now, she could have obviously turned anywhere along the way. She could be in any of these trees. She could be anywhere. Always so good to see her and to see him, and when they're around, to see their young, Never take it for granted. let's just make take a couple looks here and there, and I think if we don't find anybody, we're going to close up. Well, everybody, I think it's time for me to head home. I am hearing some, sounds like alert activity. I don't know if it's a cardinal, so I wonder if somebody's nearby. And it's a chip note of a cardinal, but it sounds urgent, so as if something's going on. And I heard it on the way heading the opposite direction when we were on Tower Road. And she might be in one of these trees or something like that. I don't know. But I don't see her. Okay, everybody, we are going to close up. I hope you enjoyed the day. I know I really did. It was good to be out and see some interesting birds, including some we have never seen before, the red knot, for instance. I wish we had seen it better, but I think it's time for me to head home. To wish you well. I hope you all have a good night, a great week. Hope to see you all next time. Arthur, wherever you are, good night. Good night, Big Red, wherever you are. J2, J3. Okay, everybody. Have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.